We'd like to welcome Sarah McLean. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Do you remember the very first time you either meditated or came out of a yoga class and that feeling that you felt? Do you remember that? That time you fell in love with yoga? Do you remember that? My first love, well, was Ricky rotting in the back of the bus in first grade. But after that, it was Ayurveda. And Shunya and I have that same love. But I know that you're in love too. And Sedona's in love too. Sedona's in love with you being here. Now, tonight I wanted to give you the direct experience of the most important thing. The most important thing. And what do you think that is? Love. Yes. Now, how can you experience love? How can you be the love? So we're going to explore that, but I want to talk to you first about yoga. I know you know about it. You've got the outfits, you can do the asanas. But have you ever read or gotten to know the Yoga Sutras? By Patanjali, he codified them about 200 years before the Christian era. He talked about the 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga yoga, and he talked about the yamas and niyamas, those personal ways of being, the social graces how we behave. Do we tell the truth? Are we nonviolent? How do we live? Those are the first 2. The next one is asana, moving that body, yoking your attention to this moment right here. This moment right here, this is your life. This is it, right here in Sedona. Think about how long you've been planning to be here, what it took you to get here, and all the people that are supporting you both here and who are taking care of your cats and dogs at home. So there's asana, then what? Pranayama. We go from the gross level of the physical body, you were talking about the finite aspect of us, to the more subtle level. The prana, the chi, the energy that you can feel in your body right now. And then we go to an even more subtle level. Your attention and your senses, and bringing your senses inward, withdrawing them. Let's do that right now. Turn your attention in your interior. What does it feel like to be sitting here? That pressure on your rear? Do you feel the interior sensation of being alive? What do you hear in there? Withdrawing your senses. Pratyahara. Now you can stay there if you like, but I'll tell you about the next limb of yoga, dharana. We call it now mindfulness. Mindfulness, which means paying attention to what you're doing while you're doing it without judgment. Whether you're paying attention to your breath, paying attention to how you're sitting here, paying attention to the way you're feeling without judgment. So that's another limb. And the next limb refers to the next step, which is dhyana. Dhyana is meditation. What is meditation? It's when you, the subject, pay attention to an object, whether it's something you see, whether it's something you're going to hear, whether it's something you feel, or whether it's a felt emotion. So meditation involves you, the subject, and an object or two. So we are going to practice that, but what's the 8th limb of yoga? Anyone know? Samadhi, right. And what is that, samadhi? What is it? What is it? Higher consciousness. What else? Union with the divine. And what is that divine? It's what's looking through your eyes. It's what's looking through your eyes. What if that is true? I know it's true. I know what's looking through your eyes is divine. So samadhi is not just a clothing line. It is when your attention and the object of your attention fuse, creates fusion. It's a merging. And it can happen in a yoga pose. It can happen when you're looking at the red rocks. It can happen when you're saying a mantra. It can happen when you're simply standing and looking into somebody else's eyes. That samadhi, that fusion where you and your attention merges with that you're paying attention to. And everything disappears. And all that is left is consciousness, is the divine. Now, this isn't just a theory. This is an experience. And I think you've all had it at least once. Maybe in a yoga pose, maybe in Shavasana, maybe this afternoon when you came here. So, those are the 8 limbs of yoga. And how many of those sutras refer to the asana? Does anyone know? 2. 2 out of 200. So I am here to encourage you to explore the other 7 limbs. And we're going to have the experience now. We'll start with dharana, or actually pratyahara, turning our attention inward. We'll then move into dharana, becoming aware of what's going on without judgment. And then we'll start to focus on an object, whether it is our heart. Maybe we'll ask ourselves a few questions. And then we'll move into a mantra practice. Does that sound like fun, happy? Okay, so let's talk about meditation really quickly. We talked about what is required. Actually, there are 3 ingredients, and you've got the first one, your willingness to do it. The second one is your gentle, non-judgmental attention, and your third is a focus, which I'll offer you while we're doing the program. It's important to know that thoughts are okay in meditation. It's like Heather was talking about, and by the way, thank you for having this gathering. It's so yummy. I love it when we move into ancient wisdom here in Sedona. It's very new agey here. I'm really into old age. I mean, in more ways than one. So I think everybody in Sedona is like that too. I think that you need the willingness to be here, you need your gentle attention, but your mind is going to travel. It's going to go, what's that smell? Are they cooking burgers downstairs? Or it's really warm in here, maybe I need to take off my sweater. Or my foot's falling asleep. You can have distractions in meditation. Your job is to recognize that you're distracted or off topic, and then come back again and again, back to the focus of your meditation. So the other important essential is to be nice to yourself the entire time you're here. How about that? Not just in meditation. And the third ingredient or essential for this is to let go of any expectations about what's supposed to happen. Move into this weekend and into this meditation with a beginner's mind, a mind that's free from preconceived notions about enlightenment, about samadhi, about meditation, about how it's going for you, and just be here with yourself now. This is it right here. Your life is happening right now through you. And love is living through you, as you. So this talk is supposed to be about your superpower, and Shunya talked about it. Consciousness is your superpower. What is looking through your eyes, that infinite potential, that zero, that unmanifest potential, that's your superpower. And your job is to remove all the obstacles that are in your way and dissolve them so you can pay full attention to what matters most to you. Whether it's your posture, whether it's the whole environment in the world, in world politics, whether it's your dog, your cat, your lover, to be able to attend with your non-judgmental attention is key, and we train that with meditation. Think about what it feels like to be completely paid attention to, in a good way, not stalked, but completely pay attention to, with someone's non-judgmental attention, like a good friend, how they listen to you, or how a parent took care of you, or how your lover listens to you, or your best friend. What does that feel like? That you're seen, that you're heard, that you're acknowledged. Now you have that same ability. Your attention is so powerful that it can affect people on the other side of this planet. There have been studies about your attention and intention and how it can affect an entire group of people on the other side of this planet. When you start to recognize how powerful your attention is, you're going to stop looking at your phone so much. You're going to stop getting distracted by things that don't matter. And you're going to keep the eye on whatever prize you believe is the prize, not what someone else has told you or the hypnosis of social media. Anyway, that's enough of that. Now, let's talk about, or let's meditate, shall we? You want to do that? This guy has been meditating the entire time. What's your name? James. James, are you able to play a sound a bowl to start us? Okay, now this is called, what he's doing now is a Sanskrit term. It's actually in the Upanishads that says, established in being, perform action. Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Established in being, perform action. It simply means being mindful, doesn't it? Being right here, right now, where your life is taking place. This is it. So he's been practicing for this, and thank you. We can just do 30 seconds or so. Thank you. This is an A for the third eye. Himalayan salt crystal. Beautiful. Well, thank you. So I know you've been sitting a while. Get comfortable if you can in that posture, in that position. You don't have to be perfect. And before we do that, you can begin to welcome everything you hear. Noticing how sounds arise from the silence and return to the silence, like the traffic sounds, the sound of the bell, the sound of my voice. Begin to become aware of how you physically feel in this moment. As we move into the meditation, we'll welcome everything and resist nothing. Relaxing into this moment, becoming aware of the physical sensations that are present, the varying temperatures, the textures on your skin, whether the clothing is on your skin or the air is meeting your skin. Welcome the pressure as you sit on the floor, and notice where your legs meet the floor. Be in the experience of sitting. As you begin to relax your scalp and your forehead, and soften your eyes. Relax your mouth and your tongue. Letting go of any tension in your jaw. Notice what sensations are present right here, right now. Do you feel the breeze on your skin? Do you hear the sounds coming and going? how beautiful it all is without a judgment. Letting your shoulders soften as you tuck your chin and allow the back of your neck to lengthen just a little bit. Letting go of any tension in your arms and noticing where your hands meet your lap or each other. This is a practice of being embodied. Feeling what it's like to be in this body right now. Moving away from words into sensation. Letting go of any tension in your upper back, your low back. You can think of your attention as a beam of love. That whatever you pay attention to, you're enlivening and nourishing and healing. As you soften your chest and your diaphragm and your belly. Relaxing your pelvis, your genitals. And noticing your legs and noticing what sensations are present as they meet the floor. This moment is when your life is happening, right here, right now. And we're practicing yoking our attention to this moment, loving this moment. Tuning in now to the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And just behind your breastbone, perhaps you can feel or see or imagine your heart center or the light of your own awareness. That center point of peace. Breathing in and out. Imagine that this breath is moving in and out of your heart center. You might even imagine a light that grows with each inhale. Letting your breath be natural. Keeping your attention in this center point of view. We'll ask ourselves a question. This is a silent self-inquiry practice that's thousands of years old. This question is, who am I? Who is this one sitting here? Ask yourself a couple of times and don't force an answer, though you might hear or see or feel something. And you can let that question go and any answers that might have met it. The next question you can ask yourself is, what do I long for? What do I truly desire? Ask yourself a few times without forcing anything. And letting that question go and bringing your attention once again back to that breath, that heart-centered breath that activates that alchemical, dynamic, nourishing intelligence center point. Is there love present right here, right now? What if love lives through me as me? And what if my attention is the currency of love? And what if life loved me so much that it's trying to get my attention so it can lead me to my best life? And bringing your attention to your breath, noticing where you feel it most prominently in your body. Becoming aware of the inhale and the exhale without effort. Becoming aware of the pauses between each breath. And as you sit here with your eyes closed, begin to welcome once again everything you hear. Everything you feel. Because your senses are always happening now. And as you reflect on why you're here today, or why you came to this yoga festival this weekend, remember that what you're really looking for is what is looking. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Take your time, stay in your own integrity. We have Max who will serenade us out of our meditation.